Good morning, good afternoon. This is the third time I've tried to make this video. People keep interrupting me, but that's okay. Here we go. So I want to make another video today. And this one, I want to make it on intuition. Now, this is how I receive my intuitive nudges, things from God. I call it God, higher self. You might call it something different, but that's how I associate with God and me co-creating in this life. And now I'm going to tell you about how I receive messages, and this is my fault, but sometimes I don't always use the messages. Sometimes I think I know better, which is actually my ego talking, but I'm going to explain what I mean. So, what I mean is, I believe when you get a soft voice in your heart, usually I get mine in the mornings. That's when I'm really quiet, and I do journaling and different stuff like that. But, I mean, they're all day, but we always get messages all day long. It's just, sometimes we're not quiet enough to hear them. Me included. I think it's everyone. But if we can hear them, they're always nudging us to do something that we love to do, or go places that they know that we're going to receive something for our better, for our good, for our highest good. So I feel like I hear small voices or a knowing that says, write that book, journal, call this person today, go see this person. And that is your intuition. It's like real soft. It's almost like you could miss it. It's that soft. And then your ego will always come in. So it's like somebody saying, okay, what would you like to do in your life? Oh, write that book that you've always wanted to write. And then that's your intuition. And then your ego comes in and says, well, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not, and pessimistic. So that's what I call it, like your pessimistic friend, which I call it your friend because it's a part of you. It's not going to go away. It's going to be in there trying to tell you what it thinks you should do to keep you safe. The ego's not a bad thing. Actually, before I had my spiritual awakening, I lived in my ego all the time. And I mean, I accomplished a lot of things in my life. I was like this mean, hard, crazy person, really. But I did. I mean, I could just like start businesses, just go out there, put myself out there. And since I've had my awakening, and that's fine, I've gotten more softer and compassion and brought more love and peace into my life. And the things and the goals that I have now are way different than what I had when I lived in my ego, if you will understand that. So I feel like it's something that comes from inside of you, and then your ego is what comes from outside of you, trying to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, that's not good enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not pretty, or you're not this. And I've had all them feelings. It's had stopped me in my tracks. I would get to where I'm going, and then somebody would come in, or myself, and say, well, you're not good enough to do this. You don't even know what you're talking about. And actually, a part of me feels that way still, but I'm just like, I have to do this. I have to get out here. I have to tell people how I feel. And every time I do, and I put myself out there, I always get good feedback back. People thanking me, saying that, they had that question also. I'm in a group with Jessica Ostrom, and, any questions that we ask in that group, it's like everybody needed to hear that. So I appreciate that so much, because I always get something out of it, even if I don't even ask any questions. But I just wanted to get on here, and I wanted to say that this is how I feel about my intuition and my ego. And so maybe you could feel like this, or need to know the difference of what a message that you're getting from yourself, your higher self, God, whatever you might call it. and maybe I can help you, or maybe you can watch this. I know this sounds kind of confusing if you're not used to working with your intuition. It was confusing to me at first. I was like, what? You know, I'd hear all these things, and one night, you know, they said, God said, write this book. And I was like up for 4 hours, wrote this book, sent it to editors. They were like, wow, let's put it out here. It's out there on Amazon. I haven't promoted it other than a little Facebook ad that I put on my own wall, which is only to, you know, a couple hundred people, because I don't accept all the requests I get. But I believe that was God telling me, come and do this. And so that's what I did, and I listened to it, and then I started listening to it, and I kept going on and going on and going on, and then I would get messages from people like, who in the hell do you think you are, and what the hell are you doing? People that I knew, that knew me before, and was like, who is this? You know, what is she doing? But you know, the people that knew me before don't know who I am now, and I can't help that. I'm on this journey, and hopefully they'll come with me, or they won't. I've, you know, had quite a few friends that have stayed with me, and they're like, I don't understand what you're doing, but you know, we love you, and just be safe, and you know, don't give your soul to the devil. I mean, they've said kind of weird stuff, and I'm like, giving your soul to the devil? I'm like, this is all positive. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that it's something that feels good. It's not something that feels bad. Your intuition does not argue with you. It doesn't say, oh, please, you know, don't do that, or you're going to, no, it doesn't. It says, do this. And that's as simple as it is. Now, you have to listen for that. That's probably the hardest part, because we're always so busy running, doing this and that, but we have to be able to listen. And so what I do is I will pray to God, and then I will listen. That's when you get your answers. It's a lot of your time, or a lot of my time, I get my answers while I'm sleeping. Excuse me. I'll wake up and, oh, yeah. Or I'll ask a question to somebody, or even like my son will just go by and say, hey, Mom, you should be doing this. And I'm like, that's a message. You should be doing this. God comes through people, places, and things. He's not coming on your door and knocking and saying, hey, I need you to do this. He says, hey, I need you to do this. Hey, can you do this? Hey, you're good at this. Somebody's saying, hey, you're good at this. Then you should listen to them and do that. Now, I haven't listened all the time, but I need to start listening, because I feel much better in my body. I'm in the part of my awakening right now where I am all in my body, and I've never been here before. Never been here before. I can feel my breathing. I can feel this. I can feel I can feel it's getting crazy. So I think God's saying, I want you to feel, and this is what I'm coming into. So I hope this doesn't sound crazy, and if it does, I'm sorry, but this is something that, you know, I'm going through. I need to get it out there. I need to talk about it. The whole video is about the intuition, basically. The other might have been rambling, but anyway, if you have any questions or you need any help, let me know, and I can help you as much as I can. And there's more videos on here, so go watch them. If you need any help on any of that, just give me a private message, or email me. I have my email address, and I have a Facebook, and I also have a coaching Facebook also. It's Suzette Denny. So I love you all, and I hope this can help everybody, and I will talk to you soon.